BearPodcast 492.
It involves showing of more fur.
It's nothing like making a pig bottom squeal than using bacon lube.
Village there full of gays.
Hey, all you bears!
Okay, I just saw this on Facebook today. I think he's closeted. You think he's closeted?
And I got my ass chewed out by everything.
Thanks, you the gay, the geek, and the bizarre.
Laying on the couch eating bonbons and his junk.
It's just that I saw it texting. Do some sexting with
You're listening to BearPodcast.com.
He called and then he was freaked out. You're really bitter here.
I am bitter.
Bitter.
It has been a
Party of
shitty
one
week.
over
The
here.
bitter party of one right here. It's been a shitty week, let me tell you.
Welcome everyone to Bear Podcast. I am Moses.
I am Dave Ballsy the Clown.
And I'm the bear killer.
And welcome to episode 492. And we're
Yay.
recording on October 30th.
That's right.
You got the wrong number.
Well, no, I didn't get the wrong number when I did this. We were going to do it on Tuesday night. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, we are wearing our. I look more like Moses than the other. I don't know.
You look like the guys from Duck Dynasty.
More like Duck Dynasty.
I
Oh my
think
god.
he
The
looks
Asian-
like, without the beard, he looks like Justin Bieber.
With the hair.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Or Young, whichever goes first. And then with the beard, I just keep wanting to go, when you put the beard on first time, I just wanted to go, tradition.
Tradition. You and your tradition songs. Yeah, you just. What was that? The Fiddler on the Roof, right?
Fiddler on the
Okay.
Roof, yeah.
Yes, you are gay. So yeah, welcome everyone to episode 492, and we are here celebrating Halloween, I guess. Yeah.
Halloweeny.
It's Halloweeny. So let's do some weekend updates. What have you been up to, Dave?
I went to a fun party last weekend that Ray was at too.
That's right.
Oh, that's right, the one I missed.
Yes, you were gone again.
What are you wearing this?
I was wearing this much worse. I had a
Yes.
whole very skin tight bodysuit of a clown and these two giant balls.
He was
inside.
really ballsy, the clown.
It was Ballsy the Clown. So it was, but yeah, the bodysuit was so tight, and it didn't have like the arms weren't just at the wrist. It had gloves that were part of it, so it was really hard to eat, and there's all kinds of food. So most of the night I had the whole thing like half off, just so I could like eat and hold stuff.
Mm.
It was fun though.
Ray, what did you wear?
I wore my bear killer outfit,
Your bear killer outfit.
and then Robbie went with us, and he went as O'Neill Morris, the doctor that did all the tranny stuff that injected fixer flat and glue in them.
Oh,
And he had
yeah,
this
yeah,
really
yeah.
fat ass.
Oh, that's
and
what
these
it was
Nerf ball
supposed to be.
titties
Okay.
on a
Oh.
It was tragic.
It was probably
Also,
the best.
we'll give you the
costume.
picture so you can flash them on the screen.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
pictures.
I think it was the best costume there.
Oh my
actually.
God.
I don't know how he didn't break his ankle. He had stilettos.
pretty
that were
good
like
with those high
7
heels.
inches and
Yeah.
shit.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's been a busy weekend for me. I came from New Orleans. And we went to a house of shock, which is pretty much the same as the haunted houses here.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's more like 5 times better, and I have to take this out because I really did.
If you're
It's hard to talk.
his nose off,
Okay.
it's killing me.
It's hard to talk
I'll
with
keep
this
the
beard.
hair.
Oh, look at this! I have a chin beard now.
Mhm.
How does that look? How does that look like? Anyway, so yeah.
Give a pic.
Wow.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. So last weekend, just Mike and I went to it's called the House of Shock, and it's very elaborate. Not ghost, but the zombies and everything. It's pretty good. I mean, I've been to the ones here in Houston. That really was.
Well, if it's the one I'm thinking about, was it the one that was started by Rob Zombie or
I'm the one. Probably it was.
not Rob Zombie? Allison. What's his name from Alice in Chains?
Oh, Alice.
No.
I don't remember his name.
Can't think of his name right now either. Chris.
I don't know.
Chris Cornell.
No, that's it.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so
But that one's famous, I think. If that's the one
Yeah.
I'm thinking about, because they have it on TV every couple of years on the scariest places to go for Halloween.
I don't like the ones in Houston that I've been to. I think they're boring.
yeah, it's not too scary. This one's really scary for some reason.
The
I really
Phobia
liked
3D one's interesting, but it's not scary like you said.
it.
It's cool though.
Did you guys go to a
I didn't get to go with the Houston Bears.
on Sunday?
But I did get to go to a really cool thing as different. I went to a haunted
Carrot Top.
Old Town Spring Tour. It was really neat, and I think we got pictures of real ghosts. It was freaky. It was a little freaky.
You must have been looking at a mirror.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, it was cool because you take pictures with your camera, and you wouldn't see anything. Then you look back at your picture, and it's like, oh my god, that's a face right there. It was freaky. Yeah.
Maybe it's.
We should all go and do that. He's gonna keep doing it for a while, all the way through December, I think.
Oh, good. Okay, then we can go.
Versions of it. He has different
It's just that this month is just so busy. You've been traveling. I've been traveling. It's just so busy. I mean, 2 weeks from now, maybe it's about 3 or about 2 weeks from now. But anyway, so was there in the at Jody's party? Yeah, shout out to Jody and Patrick. I guess they did a good party. So was there some kind of a contest, or did Robbie won on that drag costume?
I don't know if there was that kind of contest.
Oh, there's no contest. Just everybody just went.
I saw some.
Well, when he walked in the door, there was definitely no contest. So.
No.
It was over. Yeah.
There were a few naked people. I saw that.
That's their costume.
I had to leave early this year, so I have no good stories. I'm sure there were after we left.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was a couple people talking about what was going on upstairs, and I was like,
Gasp!
Oh my goodness!
Gay gasp! Ray, you've been busy with your dryer. What's going on?
oh my God, the dryer broke this week. So I had to take it apart to find out that the belt's broke, and then to find the belt, get the replacement belt here. So the dryer's sitting in 30 million pieces in the dining room, waiting for me to put it back together tomorrow. So
Oh, it's still like that?
So no
yeah,
laundry.
it's all stuffed in the closet so we could eat dinner.
Before I leave, I'm going to take one screw.
No,
And then
you
you're
can't,
gonna be like,
no.
Where's that damn
Actually, no,
screw?
I was smart. I put all the screws back
Well,
in
let's go
where I
do
took
it.
them out. I put all the screws back in the hole that I took them out of, so I knew where they would go when I got back a couple days later. So
Okay.
Smart.
We just had some technical difficulties, guys. So if you notice that the audio suddenly changed, so
It happens.
it
it
happens.
happens.
Anyway, okay. So where were we?
We were talking about Ray.
Oh, the dryer.
the
Oh,
dryer.
trying to find the videos to figure out how to take, because you have to take the entire dryer apart to do anything to it, to put the belt on. I mean, literally, everything comes off. And then
That's
you have to, yes, very annoying, which is why they do it, so you'll get hire a technician to do it. But
That's
I
fine.
finally found this one lady, she sounded like she was in her late 40s, that did a video of how to replace it. And it was kind of a crummy video, but she went step by step, laid it out, so I'm like, good, I got this, I'm good to go. So, lady, whoever you are, thank you. So,
Cool.
It took a YouTube video, huh?
yeah, YouTube video. Yeah, YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. Yeah, that helps me a lot too. Whenever I need something solved. Okay, let's go with the one topic that Ray posted here. It's a hate topic. It's more of a gay
hate
bashing
topic this
thing.
week. Did y'all read about this? The
I did.
Columbus
I've heard about this. It's
Okay.
just funny.
Yeah.
Okay, this is kind of.
really interesting.
I thought this was kind of shitty, but anyway, Carrabba's Italian Grill waiter receives an anti-gay message from customers in lieu of tip. A server at a popular Italian eatery in Kansas was shocked to find that customers had left behind an anti-gay message on their bill in lieu of a tip. Thank you for your service. It was excellent, the customers had written, according to Pitch and the New England Civil Rights Movement. That being said, we cannot in good conscience tip you for your homosexual lifestyle as an affront to God. Queers do not share in the wealth of God, and you will not share in ours.
Wow.
The customers continued, we hope you will see the tip your fag choices made you lose out on and plan accordingly. It is never too late for God's love, but none shall be spared for fags. May God have mercy on you.
Wow.
So here's your typical Christians slamming gays.
This is what I don't understand. Did they catch the guy sucking a guy off somewhere? Like, how were they positive that he was gay?
Maybe he had the lisp.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe
That
like
might, everyone has a list.
What's your artist or something like that? I don't know.
Who
Maybe.
knows?
Maybe.
I mean, there's obviously Michelle Bachman's husband's a very effeminate straight guy. So
Well, no,
I
he
mean,
was ex-gay. He went to the ex-gay.
whatever.
He did an extra game. He'd be a good drag queen.
Do you know what I'm saying though? There's very effeminate straight people. Maybe he just was one of those. Like,
I don't know,
how would
take
they
my-
know for sure?
Yeah.
You know.
how would he know? I mean, what gave it away? Like, was he talking about going to the bars the night before or something? Or
Yeah, did he
I
say,
walk.
here's your soup, and by the way, I'm gay. So
Yeah.
it's like-
Yeah, I know.
Here's your soup with a side of gay. Hey.
Maybe he was in drag.
don't-
No, I don't think so.
But
I don't-
most people who dress up as women are straight.
Well, yeah.
So
well,
there you go.
well, yeah.
So there they go.
Somehow.
So anyway, I just thought that was pretty bizarre and how
Mhm.
people still hate today.
Mhm.
And my question is, if they had such an issue with it, even though they said he gave good service,
Yeah.
why didn't they request a different waiter when they got there?
Yeah.
No, because it was
That's
all
it.
about making a political statement.
Oh, that
They
they were
wanted
waiting
to
for
do
it to
that.
end. And
They probably
everything.
went in there knowing he was gay before they even went in, just to do that.
Maybe they were stalking him.
So, but you can find the whole article online. We'll link it to Huffington Post, and there's a bunch of sites you can go look at. But I thought it was kind of people just being haters.
Did you see the end of that where a bunch of including pastors went in and asked for his
Table, yes.
just to say, hey,
So
we're
they-
not all like that. I
Yeah,
thought
no,
that
So they
was
could
like-
put a tip.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
So that's why I
that's
said
pretty
read the whole article because the end
Yeah.
of it's pretty good about what people did in reply to that. So
Okay, so the next one actually is a geek. Yeah, that's right. So George,
it's a gay geek.
It's a gay geek. George Takei talks gay Star Trek characters on Watch What Happens Live. Is that what I said?
Yeah,
Watch What Happens
it's
Live.
like a TV show.
Oh, it's a TV show. Okay, I haven't seen it yet. Openly gay Star Trek alumni, because alum is
Yeah.
it's
Alum. They're
it's
saying like they're shorting alumni to alum.
alum. Okay.
Alum.
Great. Wait, it's George Takei. Stopped by Watch What Happens Live and Andy Cohen.
Gay.
He's gay. This week to chat with the Bravo executive about a number of issues affecting the lesbian and gay, bisexual and transgender LGBT community. And also to play a little game that Cohen likes to call Set Gazers to Yum. Set Gazers to Yum. Okay, so the game involved Takei going through each character on the original Star Trek and rating each one of them on a 1 to 10 scale of how gay they may be or may not have been. Watch the clip of we'll put the list on the show notes. On Takei's response. So including one co-star that he brands with a resounding 10. I wonder what that is yet. I have to see that.
You gotta watch. It's pretty interesting to watch it. So
Oh,
So you
you
saw
know?
okay.
Okay, I'll ask you later. I'll give it away on the podcast.
Yeah,
Watch.
I'll watch it later. But anyway, okay, so before we go on to our special interview with somebody special in our lives, we have also another interview from with Simon Henderson from New Zealand, and he is with the Christchurch Bears Christchurch in New Zealand. So we're going to talk about Big Bear Weekend.
Christchurch is a place.
It's a place.
It's
So
one of their biggest cities.
one of the biggest cities in New Zealand. So here's Simon Henderson. Joining us today is Simon Henderson from New Zealand. Welcome to the show, Simon.
Thank you.
Yes, it's good to have you at last. Actually, to the audience, we've been planning to have this conversation with Simon here. It's just that it's kind of hard to schedule something with someone from New Zealand because we
yes,
are
you
in.
realize I'm talking from the future, you know.
Yes, you're right. Oh my God, you are from the
Everything's
future.
completely different now. We all wear silver. You know, we all have hovercrafts.
Oh, that's right. You're all in the future. Probably 18 hours in the future. So you are in New Zealand. In New Zealand right now. Where in New Zealand are you?
I'm in Christchurch, which is the biggest city in the South Island of New Zealand.
Okay, New Zealand. And you're a native there. You grew up there in Christchurch.
Yes, I did. I've lived overseas for a long time, but I grew up in Christchurch, and in fact, I live only about a couple of blocks away from the first house that I lived in, and I occasionally walk past it and think of my much younger self.
Oh, okay. That's right. So here's a question that Ray wanted to ask. How far are you from the Shire?
Well, the the show was filmed all over the place. I mean, in the mountains and so on. I don't think there was a lot that was done in Christchurch.
Oh, okay.
I tell you, I lived in Wellington for a while, and that's where most of Peter Jackson's he's got his film studio there, and the big warehouses and so on, and Weta Digital. And I lived quite close to the city in Wellington, and at the end of the street, there was
Mhm.
just a little bit of a little park, quite a sweet little park. Um, but it was used in the first Lord of the Rings movies as the moment when the the hobbits had to hide from the Dark Riders.
Oh,
And
okay.
it
I
always
remember
sort
that.
of amused the hell out of me that it looked like it was in the middle of some huge big forest, but actually there was just that one tree. And if you sort of move the camera a little bit to the left or the right, you would have just seen suburbia.
Yeah, that's really a big tourist attraction there, though. I would imagine people would try to go to the places where they filmed Lord of the Rings. That'd be nice.
It does, yeah. It, the thing about New Zealand is it's something that ever since settlers started coming here, they were interested in the light, the clarity of light. You can see you can see for miles, and it stays crisp. And that's why filmmakers love it so much.
I see.
And it certainly turns up on screen. That sense of distance, everything's really sharp and dark.
Hmm.
So that's why it worked so well for the movies, I think.
Yeah. Well, okay. Actually, I just wanted to ask that because we're kind of geeks ourselves, and we like
Hmm.
Lord of the Rings. And, but actually, we're going to talk about some of the events happening there. But first of all, I want to ask you: do you are you active in the bear community there yourself? I mean, you have
Hmm.
you go to how big is the your bear club there? What is the name of your bear club, and how big is it?
It's Bears Christchurch,
Hmm.
and we've got about 500 people on
Wow.
Facebook. Um, it's been running it started in 2009, and it's had its ups and downs because, of course, we had an earthquake in Christchurch.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
we have a little bit of a shattered city, but it is rebuilding now. There's buildings going up all the time.
Mhm.
But we have a regular events. We have a bears night at a local pub every month, and we have a coffee morning on the first Sunday of the month. Um, and then every year we have this annual event, which is the Big Bears Weekend,
Oh,
which takes
yes.
place. This takes place over show weekend. This is the agricultural show, so all the farmers are in town,
The
and
farmers. Ooh, hot.
it's
Okay.
we're in the middle of a huge plain, and Christchurch has always supported the farming community, and so they have this agricultural show, and you can go and see the new tractors, and you can sort of see the prize studs, and discover sort of new ways to milk cows and shear sheep, and it's a sight to behold. So some people will be going off to the agricultural show, and others will be going to the Big Bears Weekend.
Oh, nice.
And what we do, we've got 4 days. We have an opening day, and which will be a registration and drinks and so on. And then the following day, we are going to pack everybody off into a bus driven by one of our local drag queens, who's an absolute scream.
There's
And
nothing
we're
like
going to go.
a drag queen driver. Nice. Okay.
Yes,
That is
yes,
awesome.
yes. She's absolutely brilliant. And we're going to go to the to Littleton, which is the port, and then get on a ferry and go across to Quail Island. And Quail
Quill Island.
Island was is a charming little island. You can walk all the way around it. It's in the middle of Littleton Harbour. And it used to be, it was a quarantine for ships coming in. They used to quarantine animals before they came on. And it was also a leper colony.
Oh,
A-
okay.
And so these poor men, they had to, they were given their own individual little cottages. And this one nurse would come round and leave food for them, but no one was allowed within 8 feet of them. So she would leave the food, and then they would sort of scuttle out, and get it, and then go back to their poor little cottages, and they live their lives out there. And it was also where Scott did preparations for going to Antarctica, where he had his husky dogs there, and they did training, and they had all their supplies all organized before they went off to Antarctica. But it's also it's a very pretty place. It's got a beautiful beach, and we're going to do a treasure trail.
Ooh.
And we've got a little bit of a trip round, and then there should be lunch. You've always got to have lunch, a nice picnic
Nice picnic. Okay.
for a bears event, and a bit of splashing about in the water. And then when we're all tired little teddy bears, we're going to go back on the ferry and back across to Christchurch.
How's the weather there, by the way? Is it? It's summertime, right?
It's summertime. It's absolutely
It's
gorgeous.
summertime. Oh, okay.
Absolutely gorgeous.
So yeah, swimming would be nice. Yeah, bears and speedos, that'd be great. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then the following day, we've got a movie in the afternoon. We're going to be showing Bear City 2, and then we're going to carry on to the big event, which is the Mr. Bear Canterbury, and then a dance afterwards.
Okay.
And then anyone who's still got any energy left will have a barbecue on the final day, which would be the final chance for people to actually go and flirt with the people they were too shy to flirt with the night before.
Yeah, for the
Grab
last
some
time,
photos
right?
For the last time,
For the last
grab
time.
the numbers, and then they'll be off.
How about the hotel services? I mean, you guys.
Yes, the hotels are up and running. There's lots of hotels around the perimeter that were fine.
Okay.
And there's also hotels up and running in the middle of the city as well now. There's 4 or 5 hotels that are actually running. They were one of the first things to kind of get up off the ground, and we've got there's a huge growth. There's so much construction going on. It's an absolutely booming town. You're seeing the reconstruction of the city going on, and it's really interesting. It's kind of a once in a lifetime kind of experience. Well,
Yeah.
we would hope it would be once in a lifetime. You don't want to go through too many times.
Yeah. So the attendees can actually tour around, aside from, of course, from the events that you have. It's
Yes.
a big city to
Yes.
tour around with. Now, that's good to hear. I would like to ask about the Mr. Bear Canterbury, that's the bear contest there. So tell us more about that.
Yeah, so we have the contestants who the winner of Mr. Bear Canterbury will go to Auckland and will compete in Mr. Bear New Zealand, and then from there they will actually, if they win that, they'll have a chance to go across to Australia
Nice.
to compete across in Mr. Bear over there. So it's a pretty exciting thing. The winner will actually get a trip to Auckland, which is the big city in the north of New Zealand that's got nearly 2 million people. They'll get the free flight up there and accommodation and so on. And
Yeah.
and we're very open because the definition of bear is so broad, and we've got a very diverse group of people that come along, and we don't have any limits on who goes into that competition at the end of the day.
Yeah. And one of the talents here that this caught my eye really for the contestants. They can do some talent show. They can do a talent. It's pretty much a talent show. Some of them are
We have a-
juggling.
Yes, one's going to
Juggling.
one's going to be doing poems, and
Okay.
I've heard some of them, and he's really interesting, really entertaining. Another's going to be singing. So it's going to be there's going to be a bit of variety with it.
Yeah. You have a
And
list, a
it's just
long list here: impersonation, comedy, the fashion show, circus act. Oh, I'd like to see pictures of that. Oh God, I can't wait to see some updates on people posting about it on your Facebook page. I'm sure there's going to be a lot.
of course, yes, yeah.
That's right.
We're on Facebook. We're just bears.christchurch on Facebook.
Hmm.
Um, and that's where a lot of the activity takes place. And we've also got a website which is bearschc.com
Hmm.
that also has all of the information on it as well.
Awesome. So this is on the dates are November 14th to the 17th. Yeah, right. So
Correct. Yeah.
okay, so that's going to be a big bear weekend, November 14th to
Yes.
17th in in Christchurch, New Zealand. So okay, I will probably keep tabs with you on the events there. I'm sure somebody's going to be live blogging on that one or taking pictures, and
Hmm.
we'll keep an eye on your Facebook page. Also, if people who are listening to this and watching this video right now with Simon here, everybody's invited. Everybody can buy tickets at the door, right?
Hmm.
They can get there's a la carte there, so you can buy the tickets individually in their events. So for
Hmm.
more information, they can go to bearschc.com or the Facebook page. What's the Facebook page again?
Bears.christchurch.
First Bears at Christchurch. So everyone out there, go to bearschc.com, and it's going to be an event called the Big Bear Weekend in November 14 to 17 in Christchurch, New Zealand. Thank you so much, Simon, for joining me in the show.
Thank you so much. Have
Thank
a
you so
great
much.
day.
Welcome back to this special Halloween episode where we have my mom here on the podcast who we talk about all the time. This is Linda, my mother, I think, right?
Right.
You did give birth to me, right?
I gave birth to you. I don't know who your daddy is. So.
Okay.
We'll just skip that one. We'll skip that one for right
Please
now.
make him rich. Please make him rich. Was it strong?
Maybe that's my new question.
After I saw the overalls, I knew who you probably came from.
She says that because in these overalls I look just like my father. Exactly like my father.
I will have we have a bunch of questions from our audience, and some of our friends, some are listening to the podcast, and also from Dave here. We're gonna ask these questions probably towards the end or something. So yeah, Ray. So I'll reserve my questions for later. So probably I'll ask the questions from Benny first.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Here's a question for Linda. What was your response when Ray came out to you?
My response was, I already knew it.
No, she
No.
didn't.
No.
No, she did not. We were coming back from the lake. It was her sister, and me. And we were sitting in this old Dodge truck that Rhea used to have. And I looked over at them and I said, I'm gay. And they laughed at me like I was joking.
Because we already knew.
No.
I mean, we had never
No.
talked
Every-
about it, but
No.
we knew.
The whole town
No,
knew except
no.
you.
Everybody knew. The only thing, I went home and cried for 2 days because I couldn't have babies.
Oh,
Oh,
please. You got Pokey and Manny.
Well, that's different.
it's different. Okay.
You got two beautiful granddaughters.
Are you an only child?
No, it's got brother and sister.
Mhm.
What's the difference between me and Tisa? What's the age difference?
6 years.
And then 10 years between me and James, or 8?
Mm.
10 years between me and James, so yeah. So she had us spaced out.
I just had them spaced out.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Yeah. All right, let's go to the next question. So, you've been hearing about this from Ray about the bear community.
Yeah.
You pretty much know about it. So, what do you think about it? Ray being part of it.
It's fine. It looks like fun.
It's like fun.
Yeah, it looks like fun.
What did you say earlier? These guys who are very comfortable without their clothes, without their shirts.
Yeah,
So
most these guys are
Yeah, you
very
got it right the first
comfortable
time, but-
without their
Does your mom know
shows,
what I do?
with their clothes.
The other podcast.
Yeah, he does a podcast called Underbears where they sit around and do it in their underwear.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me.
We have Robbie in there laughing now.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so do you have any embarrassing stories that you can remember?
I love this question.
Yes, there is one.
Okay.
And I think Ray knows what I'm going to tell you. He went off on a date with a girl.
Oh.
The panties.
The panties.
Yes,
Oh,
we've
the
already
panty
talked about it on the
story.
show.
We talked about it before. But
He came home and brought my car, and the girl's panties were hanging on my mirror. And I was highly upset when I went out the next morning to go to work.
No, she wasn't highly upset. She drove all the way to work which is about a 30 to 40 minute drive, and she got a good head of steam on. And then when she got to work, then she called me.
Yes.
oh.
So,
Wait a second. Did you put it on there or the girl put it on
well,
there?
I wasn't on a date with the girl. The girl was Cassandra. She's one of my best friends from high school, and she kept leaving her clothes everywhere. And I told her that Friday, I said, if you leave your clothes up here again, I'm going to take them hanging from my rearview mirror.
Oh,
And
that's
I
why.
did, and then I forgot to take them down when I got home that night.
Oh.
So,
it's not
So
your
this
thing.
wasn't something that happened and then they ended up there. It was just a...
No,
It's something you did. Okay.
hello.
Did you
Yeah.
believe him when he told you the real story?
No.
No.
She's see,
I
that's
wouldn't
what I
either
understand
if
the
I
whole
was the
gay
mom.
thing, because she
I
swore that
wouldn't
I was
either.
having sex with all these girls I were dating, and I wasn't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. Wait, you took it down when you reached work? Oh, of course you
Oh, I took it down before I left the house.
And then you tell them, okay.
Yeah.
That's a bit funny.
It was just,
This day and age, if you have a camera phone, you would be taking a picture. What
Yeah.
is this?
back then you didn't have a phone.
Yeah, that's right.
You had a landline.
Yeah,
Landline.
landline, you have to go. Okay, let's go on with the next question from Gary. This is something tame, okay. Did Ray have a favorite toy or game when he was a boy? Barbie dolls.
No, Ray loved G.I. Joes.
Oh, G.I. Joe's.
And then we had this big metal frame out in the front yard that he constantly walked around. And I knew then that there was something different.
Oh.
There's something wrong.
There's something wrong. There's something
No,
wrong with this kid.
That was his meditation thing. He would do nothing. Just walk around and around and
Oh.
around. And then you'd be satisfied. He'd come in the house and play. But he was a boy.
Okay. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Did he behave in school?
Yes, he was always a teacher's pet.
Oh, really?
There's one-
Look at that smile.
One teacher in particular that I think he was in love with.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, no, you were in
He
love.
says no, but as a mother, I'll always think there was something
Female
there.
teacher? Or?
Female teacher.
No, there's
I
nothing
had
going
my
on there.
crushes on female teachers.
You would. What did you do?
I just liked her so much because I could sit down and have a conversation with her, and I didn't feel like she was judging me or treating me like a 10-year-old. So
But you had a mother too.
I know that's the totally different thing because you could talk to your mother about nothing when you were a teenager.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
But now you can.
Yeah, no, it's all good. So
Yeah, that's one of the things I miss. I wish I could talk to my parents, but my dad passed 98,
Mm-hmm.
and I wish he was around these days. Now that I'm an adult, I would very much like to talk to him as an adult now.
Well, Ray couldn't. Ray's still not at that point. I don't think. Talk to his dad.
No.
About anything.
Oh no, not yet. No.
Mom enjoys coming at him being with the boys.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, take this off. Too hot. and
the Bieber's gone.
The
Thank
Bieber's
you so
down.
much.
Bieber has left the building.
Anyway, okay. So next question. Come on, hello. Turn around. There we go. Turn around.
Technical
Okay.
difficulties.
Did he ever go to Sunday school or church?
Yes.
He did. Okay.
Yes. He was very,
Oh.
very church oriented.
Mm.
I was a good Southern boy.
Yeah.
Were you an altar boy or a?
No.
No, we never made it that far, but we went to Sunday school and we went to church.
Church.
Oh, okay.
Southern Baptist?
Started off there, but I ended up going to the Methodist church when I was a teenager,
Yeah.
which is the same church that my great grandmother went to. Did Grandma Stahl go there too? And grandmother went there too for a while.
Interesting. Wow. Okay, what do you remember the biggest trouble that he ever got in as a kid?
Biggest trouble.
That you had probably went to school to see. Bill Ray!
I
Why'd
don't
you do
remember
this?
ever having to go to school. I remember one morning we got him a Volkswagen. He would take them all to school and he had a wreck.
Oh, that's
No, that was the Toyota. That's how I got the
Was the
Volkswagen.
Toyota? Then we went to the Volkswagen.
Yeah.
But I don't
you really
remember.
wanted the Volkswagen, so you
Oh.
trashed it.
Well, no, we went and got it, and I was driving to school, taking James and Tisa, and it was raining and it was slick, and all of a sudden traffic stopped, and I slammed on brakes, and it was either hit the person in front of me or go off in this real steep ditch in Johnston, and I just slammed on brakes and put my arm out and hit the lady in front of me, which happened to be the deputy sheriff's wife at the time.
Oh my god.
Oops.
Yeah,
But no, Ray never got in trouble at school.
No?
No.
Wow, he's a
or
good
none that
kid.
ever got back to my mom. Let's put it that way.
Nobody knew.
Nobody knew.
Nobody
Yeah,
knew that you
nobody
don't
knew.
know.
There was one time that you were so furious with me that you were, I think you'd have bitten nails that night if you could. It was the night they called my name over the scanner. And grandmother called you.
Oh yeah, they called out that
Oh, in the
his car,
scanner.
his
Yeah.
car was parked. They wanted to know who owned the car, and they had the tag number.
Oh wow.
But he had parked his
That would've been
car
scary.
somewhere we had no business. And
No, we did it. I was in the show choir. We did a performance there, and then we all went out to eat, and we combined cars, and a bunch of us left our cars out there. Mine wasn't the only one there.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, people would be scared too. Mm-hmm.
but because my grandmother called her, that was the thing that really ticked her off.
Mm-hmm. What was she doing with the scanner?
That's what old people
that's
do. in
what
Hampshire.
old people do. We all have scanners.
And you sit there and listen to the police radio.
I used to have a scanner and a CB in my Ford Bronco.
Well, I skipped CB days, but I still got a scanner. I know
Yeah.
everything beforehand.
Yeah, I remember my brother has these CB stuff, CB also, and it became a big hobby.
Mm-hmm. And at one time it did.
Yeah.
That's before you had cell phones.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
cell phones, even before pagers. Yeah.
That's true.
Okay, so does Ray call you and visit you enough these days?
No.
No.
We talk just about every day on the computer, but the visits are few and far between.
That's because Ray is broke,
Mm-hmm.
and Ray can't afford to go home. So.
And Mommy's scared to fly too far. At
Yeah.
the time.
Aw.
So-
Well, I'm glad you came over.
I'm glad
Yeah.
to.
Okay, we have a question from Dave. Dave,
I
okay.
guess my question is, how old was Ray when you thought he was gay? You mentioned that you thought he was before he told you now, which is completely opposite of what Ray's always told us.
Yeah.
So how old would you say he was when you suspected, and why?
I suspected when he went off to the North Carolina School of the Arts. When he would invite us up there and we'd stay in the dorm with all the boys and met some of his friends and just, I mean, it was just a laid-back situation. And I knew then. But I wasn't going to bring it out to him. Let him tell me.
Right. So it was because he was of the people he was hanging around. But growing up, you didn't.
More so because he had several girlfriends.
Yeah.
And they're still good friends.
Mm-hmm.
Tammy and whatever her name is.
Sam.
Sam.
Oh, what happened to Sam?
Hope she doesn't watch.
No, she doesn't.
Oh,
But,
she might know.
I know she lives somewhere in Florida. That's all I know. So I can't even find it
Yeah,
on Facebook.
things were good. Ray was not a bad child.
Unlike my younger brother. Oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
nothing but trouble.
They're all independent,
Okay.
and I'm glad we've made them that way.
Okay, I have a question. What was the best advice that you've given to him growing up? What do you think of any?
To be yourself, to love yourself. No matter what anybody thinks of you, you've got to prove that you're yourself.
I think that's good
This
advice.
is great advice.
You know?
Especially for gay people. That's
And
good
I think
advice.
when you hit a certain age, you decide, well, if they don't like me, they can walk on the other side of the street. I'm not moving. You know, it's just being gay is not as bad as some. What if I had a killer out there? You know, I'd much rather know he's here than out not knowing what he was doing.
It's better to be gay than to be a killer.
A killer.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I'm
Well,
saying. You know,
Sorry on
Yeah.
that.
I would agree with that very much.
yeah,
Yes.
you
So
just
don't be a
never know.
killer. Be gay.
Be gay.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
No, don't be Jeffrey Dahmer. Don't eat your boyfriends. No.
And always love your mother.
Always love your mother.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, that's true. Makes me a little teary-eyed.
Even if they're overbearing, love your mother.
Well, I just tell you like it is.
Can I ask you something else? Ray tells us when he was younger he was very introverted. Did he come out of his shell after a while, or I think introverts around their family don't act like introverts, so it's hard. It might be a hard question for you, but
He was well, I can't say he was introverted, but I would say he was quiet. He was different while he was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
But when he got to college, seeing that other people were different than we live in a small town.
Right.
I think that brought him out.
Did you always feel different when you were younger?
Yeah. I always felt like the oddball.
Really?
And I was the fat kid that always got picked on all the way up until high school. Until seventh and eighth grade, I was the fat kid that got picked on and knocked around all the time.
But after that, you got into the art thing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then
Well, after that,
everything
Jeff
kinda-
Decker showed up, and he was bigger than I was.
So they got him.
So they got him instead of me. So I was like,
For me personally, it's almost hard to picture you that way because you're not like that at all anymore.
until I went
He's
to high
not
school,
very
I really
big.
didn't have friends.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like we could bring people over to the house that often. So
I've always thought that you thought that he was gay because he was into theater.
Uh-uh.
No, even before that.
No, it was even before that. I think it's just a mother's intuition, but it's not something you just come out. I'm from the old school. It's not something you just walk into a woman day. Mom, I'm gay. What we gonna do?
That's right.
This would be fun to do with my mom, I think, but I don't think she had a clue until I told her. Honestly.
Yeah.
Well, I remember the day Ray told us, and Sarah and I looked at each other and kind of laughed.
they were laughing,
You're like,
thinking I was joking around.
Because we had already talked about it.
They thought you
So
thought that they
you're
were joking
misinterpreting
around,
this.
Mhm.
and not necessarily. Not because you're really, but actually, you really.
Yeah, we had
know.
already talked about it.
Okay, it's funny.
Yeah, we just.
Well, they kept. There was all this stuff through high school too. Like when me and Tammy were dating, we were at the house one night. And we were back in my room, and the power was out, and it had been a bad storm, or something had happened. But we came out of the room, and there was Mama and Rhea sitting in the living room with the lights off, giggling, like we were back there doing something. I was like, "Oh God, I was so embarrassed." So I never figured she had a clue until I told her. So
Yeah.
even though nothing was going on, we just sitting back there talking.
Yeah. What else?
Parents' shoes.
Have you seen Ray in drag?
Yes.
Really?
I've seen several pictures, and I've
At home?
got a picture I will send you
Oh my God!
of when he was about 3 years old. We put
And
a
they
wig
dressed me
on
up
him.
on drag.
Oh my
and that's
God,
why I'm gay.
that's why-
I have one of those with my son, as a matter of fact. But
Oh
there
my
was
God!
there was some picture I posted and tagged Ray in, and he's like, "You got to take that down. My mom is gonna see that." I was like, "What was that?" I think it was
The
one of
underwear
two of you.
picture. When we were
Oh,
in
the
Drench
underwear
Fur.
picture. Yeah.
I don't think
Underwear
anything will be
picture.
what Robbie had on last week, though.
So
We were in
you would
the
rather
underwear?
see him in
I was in my
drag
underwear
than in
because Jeffrey
underwear.
was trimming my neck
Yeah.
up
Oh,
and
Yeah.
I was
right,
in the
right,
bathroom.
right. That's right. It was someone was cutting your hair,
Yeah.
so you were in your underwear because you didn't want your
Oh
hair all
yeah,
over
the
you.
green underwear.
Yes.
The green underwear.
They got
That's what it
posted on the
Facebook.
So-
yes.
Yeah,
That was him.
that was
all
me
his
that
fault.
posted it.
yeah.
So like she said, she would rather see you in drag than in underwear.
I don't think she's ever
Yeah.
seen the video that we did.
Oh yeah, that one. Oh, the one we were. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, when we did the bears and bras thing.
Oh,
It was
It
for
was
the
a-
it was for
it was
the
a charity
children.
event.
It's a charity.
I did
Yeah.
watch
I do.
the bear thing, and I have looked at the podcast.
Oh really?
and
Oh.
It's not something I do every day, but I try to keep up.
Okay.
I think
Ooh.
that's my biggest fear right now.
It doesn't embarrass
My mom
me
can't
if that's-
discover my
Oh yeah.
podcast.
That's
Because we
nice.
talked about
This
you a lot.
one's
We
fun.
talked about your green hair.
Yeah.
Your green hair.
Yeah.
I've had green hair, orange hair, purple hair.
So,
Oh okay.
Nice.
I'm just going gray.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway, okay. So I guess that's
What
end of
if,
the show.
do you have any questions for them?
Yeah. Do you have any questions for Ray or for me or?
No, are
No,
we
no.
going to have grandchildren?
Robbie?
Rob.
Yeah, he disappeared.
He gets
He just
quiet.
gets-
He's not quiet.
He's
He's
like,
got us something. Get him to show you Scotty's picture so you can see what your grandson looks like.
Oh.
So if we get to the wedded bliss, you'll have a grandchild.
I think they try a lot though. But
do you have any
You
questions?
think so?
Anyway,
have
That's
any
okay.
always fun, even for an old
I
woman.
know.
Ooh, don't need to hear that. TMI.
Oh, you don't
TMI.
need to hear that.
TMI.
What about
Okay.
questions about the bear community in general? Do you have any of those?
No, I think it's a good group of people, and everyone that I've met
Mhm.
and spent time with, I've just loved.
Yeah, every gay person she meets, she tries to hook me up with them to be friends with.
Mhm.
She's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you love these guys."
I've got some guys at our auction and things that are gay, and I
met
just love them.
Ray. We went on
Yeah.
a lunch date, and we both pretty much decided that we're just gonna be friends for sure. Like
Yeah.
right after that.
Yeah.
So just
But anyway, so what are your plans since you're here?
I have no idea. I
you have
just
no idea?
came.
Well, tomorrow we're doing the Halloweeny thing here with the kids.
Oh, okay.
I checked the sexual predator database, and my house is not listed, so we're good there. Because I didn't think
That's
about
a good
that.
place to look at.
Well, no,
Okay.
because I never thought about it. Because in the apartments that I used to live at, I was in apartment C or D or however it was, and the apartment across from me had a sexual offender in it at one time, and it kept showing up.
oh wow.
And
Oh.
but they didn't put A, B, C, or D on it.
Well, I'd hate to stand on the street to give out candy tomorrow night.
I know. So.
Oh,
So I checked. So
no.
there's some down the street closer to the elementary school, which I thought was kind of funny, but there's none up in here. So check your sexual predator database. All you gotta do is Google it, and it'll find it for your state.
So tomorrow, you guys gonna be in costume? Are you gonna be
I'm probably wearing the same thing,
same thing? You've been
My
wearing
bear,
the third
picture.
time.
my bear killer costume. So
You can wear the antenna.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
and then people gonna stop by and we'll have some food and stuff. So it's gonna be good. And then what's tomorrow? Thursday, Friday. I think we're just gonna hang out and goof off, and then at some point this weekend we're going to the Ring Fest. So
Oh, you might enjoy that.
because she's never been, so hopefully we can
I've
make.
still never been.
You never been to the Renaissance Festival yet?
You'll enjoy that.
Is that what you took me to the last time I was here?
No.
You took me to some kind of big shindig.
No.
Where?
And I saw some cute boys.
Oh, you're talking about the Halloween thing down at the bars.
No. It was some kind of big shindig we went to during the day.
Oh.
And there was one man standing out there looking like he was holding up the world. And I thought, oh, God.
Must have been Pacific Street. Did you guys go during Halloween?
Oh.
You took me somewhere.
Oh, I remember it. But anyway, so okay.
That was 7 years ago because she hadn't been here in
that's
7
been,
years.
yeah.
so.
I remember
4
back then
years.
you were here.
No, you haven't been here in 7. You haven't been here since the girls have been born.
I haven't.
Oh, that
No,
time.
it's 7 years. She got
That's a
grandkids
long
and now
time
just
ago.
fell off the face of the earth.
Oh wow.
Now they're big and giving her a hard time, so now she comes and sees me again.
Mhm. All right, so I guess that's it. Well, thank you for being in the show.
Thank
It's
you.
an honor to have you in the show at last. Well, we have you audio before when
Yeah.
we were still doing this as an audio podcast. Yeah, we had you in the show
Yeah.
before, but
For
now
Mother's
it's a
Day,
video
wasn't
now.
it? Just
It
a
was
I
Mother's
think
Day.
it was Mother's Day. I came. Yeah.
There's one time I had my mother before. I think we interviewed my mom before.
Yeah, we've interviewed
We
your
did
mother.
it once
Yeah.
before. And whenever Mother's Day, we have a mom on the show, or if it's a Father's Day, we have a father on the show. Yeah, so.
Well, can I say all mothers have an open mind? If you love your child, you'll love the rest of the guys too.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
You will.
that's good to hear. All right, so I guess that's it, Ray. So thank you everyone for watching or listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this special Halloween episode with Linda, Ray's mom, and hope you guys, if you have any feedbacks or any emails you want to send us, send your emails to show@bearpodcast.com.
Or you can call and leave us a voicemail at 206-222-2327. That's 206-222-BEAR. Y'all stop it. Dave does this, messes me up all the time. I'll even think about it, Dave, and I mess it up
You did
most of the time.
perfect tonight.
You
It
did
was
So-
well.
So leave us a voice message and we'll play it on the show.
Yes, actually, we do have some voice messages, but we'll play it in the next
show. That's right.
next week. And subscribe by iTunes, Vimeo, and YouTube, and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And you can listen to the show on Stitcher Radio and the Roku player. And go to the official website at BearPodcast.com. Thank you, everyone, for watching or listening. And of course, by the way, thanks, Dave, for being here.
Oh,
Dave is here.
thanks for having me again.
And thanks, Robbie, for cooking us a great dinner.
Robbie, thank you for the dinner. It's awesome. And so thank you everyone for watching or listening, and we will catch you guys on the next episode of Bear Podcast. Many wolves and many hugs.
Woof, what a bear. Podcast your ass. Woof, what a bear. Woof, what a bear. Podcast your ass. Woof, what a bear.
the stem thing. I need to make my lips like a duck.
So, are you Attila? Or are you?
Take the-
Are you?
Take the dick out of your
Duck
mouth and you can
Dynasty.
free your lips up.
Mhm.
I kill all the bears at cock block.
No comment.
This will come off.
That's
Maybe-
what she said.
Oh
Got a
shit!
crack.
It's not recording.
What?
Okay, Ray.
Can I be honest?
Yeah, she
Oh yeah, of course.
He was going to get you a witch's hat, but he couldn't find it.
Okay.
That would have worked out on the original, wouldn't it? He said more witch anyway.
That's not really what I said.
I
Some of the Filipino drag queens really pull it off.
BearPodcast 492.
Wow, that's perfect.
There you go.
That's
There you
perfect. One take. Okay.
Okay.
We need to start planning the 500th anniversary.
I know.